Whether you want to act, sing, dance, play music, or just sit back and enjoy a show, Montgomery College has it all. Coming up on Campus Conversations, we'll get you a backstage pass to the performing arts at Montgomery College. Hi, I'm Marcus Rosano, and this is Campus Conversations, the show that brings you in touch with your community and your community's college, Montgomery College. Inside the Performing Arts program at Montgomery College, there are Grammy-nominated professors, accomplished actors and musicians, and sparkling new venues that attract rock and roll Hall of Famers. With me now is David Phillips, the director of the Montgomery College Arts Institute and the college's Associate Dean for the Arts. David, thank you very much for joining us today on Campus Conversations. We're going to talk arts. Before we get into all the different programs and the offerings that we have, tell us a little bit about your role in the arts here at Montgomery College.
Well, Marcus, I'm very happy to have been here for about 6 years now as the director of the Montgomery College Arts Institute, an organization funded to promote the arts, to make special arts opportunities available for our students and our faculty and our community. And so that's what I do primarily. I support faculty creativity. Mm-hmm. When they come to me with an idea, they want to bring a guest, they want to have a special workshop for students, they want to take a special field trip, and all these things cost some money. Right. We have some private foundation money, some Montgomery College Foundation money, and some operating funds to help these things happen. And my office supports them administratively. We do the contracts, we do the funding, the administration, and try to make it as easy as possible for the faculty to provide special opportunities for our students, faculty, and community.
Talk a little bit about your background. You were in the U.S. Marine Band.
I was.
You worked with the Baltimore Chamber Orchestra, the Baltimore Symphony, and then you worked with Lockheed Martin.
Right.
In the Lockheed Martin Foundation. So talk a little bit about, you have a music background, obviously. I'm sure that's one of your loves, and how you brought some of that to Montgomery College in your position.
Well, my degrees are in music education and music teaching, Master of Music from Ohio State University. And I've had a very interesting career path in that I was first a college instructor in music. Had an opportunity then, won an audition to play in the Marine Band in Washington, so moved to the East Coast, was very happy to do that. Decided after 4 years that I had played Stars and Stripes too many times, and went up to Towson University where I worked as assistant administrator of the music department. Did that and simultaneously was executive director of the Baltimore Chamber Orchestra, which led to a job offer at the Baltimore Symphony. Okay. Which actually, through my community contacts up there, led to a job offer from Lockheed Martin to direct the corporate giving program, which I did for 13 years. And after I retired from there, I came to Montgomery College 6 years ago. So I've always been in music and the arts, and I'm happy to be here still doing that.
Okay, very good. Tell us a little bit about the student experience here at Montgomery College. We have theater, we have dance, we have music, we have visual arts, graphic arts. What are some of the things that students can get involved in, students can expect when they come to Montgomery College? Maybe some of the things they might not even know about, maybe some of the musical performances that they can immerse themselves into, as opposed to just sitting in the audience and watching a show.
Yeah. We have opportunities here for all students. Since this show's about performing arts, I'd like to talk primarily about what the students can do in theater and in dance and in music. And it's pretty extensive, so you might want to interrupt me whenever you need.
Got a little time.
Okay. So a student who comes here and either doesn't know what they want to major in or specifically knows that they don't want to major in the arts, we have opportunities for students to act in plays, to sing in choirs, to play in bands, to be in the dance company, to play in an orchestra, to be in the world music ensemble. We have many opportunities for students to do these things in addition to what they're studying for their degree. For students who want to be music majors, dance majors and theater majors. We have extensive programs on the Rockville campus. We teach courses in all of those subjects at the Germantown campus and the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus. But those courses there won't lead to a degree. If they want to finish a degree in these areas, they need to come to Rockville to do that, because we just have more facilities and more faculty in these areas. But in theater, we do a musical every fall, and what's unique about that is that we hire professional musicians to back up these singers, and they're always very wonderful productions. We do plays every semester. There's a play of some notable playwright. For instance, recently was Mamet, The Water Engine, and another notable play is The Last Days of Judas Iscariot. So we do these kinds of plays here. Summer dinner theater, which
very well known around.
Very well known in the summer of 2012, does or will do Fiddler on the Roof and Hairspray, and that's an opportunity for our students, for high school students, for community professional actors to perform with internships. It's a wonderful program. Each spring on the Rockville campus we have the Willpower Shakespeare Festival, where we bring in a professional company to work with our students for a week and put on such productions as The Taming of the Shrew. Our dance company, which as we speak has 24 members, all of whom are in it by audition, and they perform around the county in the schools, in the public schools, the private schools, and do a public performance in our Parilla Performing Arts Center. It's a terrific company, but students who don't want to be in the dance company can participate in dance classes, both to fill their general education requirement or just because they like to dance.
Not everybody likes to get on stage and do it.
Right, exactly. In music, we have some pretty terrific offerings. We have jazz bands, led by Professor Alvin Trask, and
very well-known jazz player.
Well-known, yes, he's a fine trumpet player and jazz leader, and so our jazz program is very active. We have an orchestra here that's very unique. The Metropolitan Orchestra at Montgomery College is what it's called. It's conducted by Professor Pablo Seltzer, who is a professional musician of fine reputation, not only here but around South America too, where he originated. And this orchestra is unique in that it includes our Montgomery College students who can take it for credit. It includes some outstanding high school students who can take it through continuing studies. It includes a number of professional and semi-professional players who act as mentors to these younger players and who raise the quality of the playing overall.
So these students are performing alongside professionals?
Yes, they are, and the performances are just terrific. And what's notable about that is that this Metropolitan Orchestra gives 2 concerts a semester. One of those concerts in the spring is always a major choral and orchestra work with our Montgomery College chorus that's conducted by Professor Molly Donnelly. There's so much I could say about these things. I would like to add that students in high school can get student service learning credit for playing in that orchestra.
And that's important in MCPS for students.
Yes, it is. Another partnership we have with the Montgomery County Public Schools is a program, we call it the MC Wind Ensemble / Maryland Band Directors Band. And this band began anew in 2011 and is going very well. And most of the players are band directors from the public and private schools in the area. Montgomery College students are welcome to play in it if they can dedicate themselves. It's only 6 rehearsals and 2 concerts a semester. But what's unique about that is that teachers, if they've reached a certain level in the Montgomery County Public Schools, because we have this partnership with the schools and with our workforce development and continuing education office, teachers can get recertification credits for their profession. So it's just a terrific partnership. We have a chorus unique for a community college led by Professor Molly Donnelly. come to a chorus concert and you think, well, I wonder what I'm going to hear, and you walk in and you see 60 to 80 people all right across the stage.
Very good.
Which is impressive enough by itself until you see that the orchestra comes on the next concert. Wow. And now you have 150 people on the stage.
Sounds
it's
good.
terrific.
David, we're going to have to wrap it up there. And obviously there is a ton of things for the art students if they're going to come out of MCPS, come to Montgomery College, join us here. But I want to thank you very much for taking the time and learning us up a little bit on the arts at Montgomery College. We're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll talk to some performing arts professors at Montgomery College.
Whether you're a recent high school graduate, career-changing adult, or seeking professional or personal development, Montgomery College has what you're looking for. We offer more than 130 programs of study as well as workforce development and continuing education to prepare you for a rewarding future. Take advantage of our small class sizes, award-winning faculty, and flexible scheduling. Evening, weekend, and online classes offered. Apply today. Montgomery College, endless possibilities. 240-567-5000.
With me now is music professor and 2011 Maryland Professor of the Year, Dawn Avery. Professor Avery, thank you for being here on Campus Conversations. As we talk about the arts, let's talk a little bit about you. 2011 Carnegie Foundation Maryland Professor of the Year. You are an award-winning cellist. Tell us a little bit about your background. And congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a nice thing to get. I started playing piano when I was really young. My dad's a jazz drummer. So the story goes that I would fall asleep against his drums while he was playing. I can't imagine doing that today. But I always loved music, so my parents really encouraged that. And as a cellist, I've had a very varied career. And as a professor and educator, I've had a very varied career, which I think helps in today's sort of career situation with music, that you need to have a lot of variation.
Do students ask you how you got involved with the cello?
Yeah.
It's not it's just a different instrument, I'm sure, than a lot of the students that come to your classes.
I guess I would say now I love the cello because I can do so many things on it. Like I can play Bach on it and I can play Hendrix on it. So I can go to such a diversity, so I think I appreciate that. But as far as choosing cello, I do like it now because it's so much like the human voice. It can express a lot of different things.
Okay. You are an active faculty member as well here. What are some of the classes that you teach, and what are some of the opportunities that students can come in and experience when they come into your classes?
So I developed a world music program here and a world ensemble, which includes students from all our different backgrounds.
Right, it's very diverse. We have 170 plus nations represented at Montgomery College. So
yeah, and each semester then the music that we choose reflects who's in the course. So we always have a Latin band, we usually have African drumming, but then like this year we have somebody who came in from Thailand who's a specialist on one of her instruments. Okay. So she's been teaching some of the students. So the students get leadership roles, but they also get to do their own music. There was one boy who came in who had some learning disability issues, so he had trouble in his academics, and he started playing Colombian cumbia and vallenato.
Okay.
And as a result, that really helped him in his other coursework because he was able to focus better in his work. Good. And now he's gone back to Colombia and he's a recording artist there, and he's been touring and traveling around Colombia doing his music, and he's just so happy. And Montgomery College made that possible.
Fantastic. Tell students a little bit about, it's difficult for everybody to grow up and become a professional in doing what they love. What are some of the opportunities that a student can come to Montgomery College and take some of the programs, whether it be music, and maybe become a Professor Dawn Avery and do what you love for a living? What are some of the opportunities or some of the paths that they can take?
I know that there are students who are doing music education, but I think that something about our students that's a little different is the cultural diversity that they bring into what they already know. And what they're going to learn here. But also there's a diversity in career opportunities. I can go into sound design, or you can go into composition, or you can go into writing commercials, or, and then the obvious, going to a conservatory to study, which we do train a lot of students for transfer.
Okay. A little bit about you in the sense that you're part Mohawk Indian, and we talk about the World Ensemble and the World Music Festival that's every year. How important is it for you as a professor and the college to bring in all of the cultures into one, maybe just the World Music Festival? How important it is to meld all these cultures into one program?
Right. I'll say again from a student perspective. Students who have said, my gosh, I never knew what a didgeridoo was, or who would go and actually speak to an Aboriginal man and talk to them about their culture and learn things. And
I know what a didgeridoo is because I work here. But that's
very good. And everybody else should come if they don't know. But a lot of the kids were like, well, I really thought all Aboriginals were this, or I thought, and now that changes the stereotypes and also gets them interested to hear music and to listen to it. Or I'll have kids come back like 5 years later and say, I heard this on the radio and I knew exactly what it was, or I met somebody on the metro and they had this instrument and we started getting into a conversation. And I think it helps break boundaries beyond just in the classroom, but out in the world too, as far as breaking stereotypes. And music is abstract, so it's always a good conversation. Great pickup line too, you know, like, what music is from your country?
That's right.
You know, it's a nice thing that brings people together.
Okay. We have about 1 minute before we close this segment, but before the show we were joking around about that poster I have about the parents with jaws dropped when they find out their student wants to be an artist or their student wants to be a musician. If there are parents watching and their student says, I want to go to MC and I want to do music, what can you tell those parents?
Well, you know, I'm going to state the obvious, that there are careers. You can make a living, especially if you're passionate about something and really work hard at it. And then the second, that may not be as obvious, there's often a stereotype about musicians being, you know, alcoholics or doing drugs. And to be a musician, you really can't be any of those things. And it's not fashionable anymore and hasn't been for a while, because you really have to work hard.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Dawn, for
you.
being here. Up next on Campus Conversations, an inside look at Montgomery College's theater department as they prepare for a show. So stay tuned.
We're here in the Theater Arts Arena on the Rockville campus, where the Montgomery College Theater Department is practicing for the last days of Judas Iscariot.
It is a play that is taken from the Bible and updated, made modern, and it is the trial of Judas Iscariot. He is on trial in the literal and metaphorical sense in that it actually takes place in a courtroom-like setting. But people throughout history, people from the Bible, people from everyday life, walk through and have comments and have insights, have questions about Judas's role in the great betrayal. And what we learn, and what the cast I think is learning, is how do we make those things that happen in the past relevant for us today.
Parent should have to bury a child.
They dove in headfirst and started swimming very quickly. And so my job has been actually to say, now slow down. What are the strokes? Relearn what it is Be very interested in the things that come naturally for you, and now take them apart and see if we can put them in service of what we're trying to say very clearly. So, this has been a great, a really, really fun group of students to work with. Half of teaching people to perform is teaching people to give themselves permission to play. We teach acting, performance, introduction to theater, we teach technical classes, and we teach some speech classes in the theater area. You encounter the text as a performer and a reader and someone who sees the show, so you get a well-rounded education about what theater is and what your place might be in it. We have 4 shows in the College Performing Arts series. The 2 of them are musicals, 2 of them are straight shows, and then during the summer, although not a part of the theater department, we do summer dinner theater, which is 2 musicals, and students get to learn about performing, about how to design a show, about how to stage manage a show, and how to build and tech a show. We have very fine faculty here, very fun, fine, and dedicated faculty that like what they do. You're also interacting with professionals that not only teach here, but they're master teachers elsewhere. And they also direct and they also work in the field. It's a nurturing environment because other students are in the same place. People come in with different levels of experience, but usually it's a first year beginning acting student. So you don't go into a studio situation where somebody's been in 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 workshops and has a long resume and doing a refresher course, and you feel a little intimidated because this is brand new for you. So it's usually a group of people who are very supportive of each other and in the same place and ready to work. And then you get a chance to discover if this is something that you want to pursue. You'll know pretty clearly when you leave that this is the route that I want to take, and you have people again to help you mentor you on your way.
Tickets to many college productions are affordable and definitely worth the time. From the Theater Arts Arena, I'm Fritzi Bodenheimer.
Thanks, Fritzi. With a full calendar of events and 2 large performance venues, Montgomery College invites you to come out and enjoy a show. With me now are Angie Lockhart from the Robert E. Parilla Performing Arts Center and Siobhán Quinn from the Montgomery College Cultural Arts Center. Thank you both for being here to talk about some of the wonderful programs and some of the arts that we have going on and where they can come catch these. Angie, let's start with you. The Robert E. Parilla Performing Arts Center on the Rockville campus. Just tell us a little bit about what you do at the Performing Arts Center and how folks can find out a little bit more about the performances that go on.
Okay. Well, I'm the publicist for the Performing Arts Center, and we have a wide range of performances for the students, for the college community, and for the Montgomery County community at large. We have 3 series. We have the College Performing Arts series, which houses the academic shows. These are student-run productions. These students build the sets. They act in the.
So this is start to finish students.
Start to finish student production. Yep. Anything about it, they do everything for it. Mm-hmm. I do their advertising for them. It's just to give them experience, what it would be like to to work in a real theater setting.
Right.
We also have our guest artist series. Mm-hmm. We bring in a lot of a diverse group of artists to perform for the community. We've had Bill Cosby, we've had Sergio Mendes, we've had Branford Marsalis, we've had some really great performances in the past. And we also have a Saturday morning children's series. And a lot of those shows, they're about an hour in length, great for the attention span of children. The age range could be from 4 years old and up. Okay. So anything that's going to introduce children to the world of theater. And a lot of the performances are based on a lot of children's books. So we have Ramona Quimby coming up. We've had Madeline and the Bad Hat. We just had a lot of different things that kids really love.
Very good. And Siobhán, you work with the new Cultural Arts Center. It's on the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus, but technically, if you look at a map, it's in Silver Spring.
Indeed,
Talk to us about this fantastic new venue. There's actually two venues. There's a 500-seat theater and a 116-seat theater. So talk a little bit about the new Cultural Arts Center.
Well, we are the baby on campus, definitely, in the college. We actually opened with a bang. Aretha Franklin was the very first performer, and we
Nothing like starting out small time, right?
Small performances. We just thought we'd try a little bit. Actually, this was before my time, so I arrived about 18 to 20 months ago or so, and became the director, and we redeveloped the programming at that time, developed a new mission which is very much so interested in engaging the community and working with the performing arts in a larger setting for the 500-seat. And then we have the beginnings of a 360 series, which is our lower level. Essentially, our 500-seat theater is a 500-seat theater, but 140 seats are upstairs. So we can do a little bit more of an intimate production, or we can have the full-blown performance. And then the secondary is the studio theater, or Theater 2, and that has 116 seats. It's a little more urban. It's a really nice experimental space. It's perfect for student productions, small lectures, much more intimate productions, and also workshops as well. So we present the large staged performances from Aretha Franklin to Peter Mwanga from Malawi, to the Ensemble Espagnol, for example, doing flamenco passion. We're very much so interested in the cultural connections and recognizing similarities and differences between the different cultures. So that's where we're at.
Siobhán, what is the website and phone number where the community can learn a little bit more about the Cultural Arts Center and maybe book some tickets for a show?
It's www.montgomerycollege.edu/CAC, as in Cultural Arts Center. And our box office number is 240-567-5775.
Okay, thank you. Angie, website and phone number?
Website information is www.montgomerycollege.edu/PAC, as in Performing Arts Center, and the phone number is 240-567-5301.
Thank you very much to both of you for being here. We talked a lot about a lot of the arts that are going on here at Montgomery College, and now they know where to find them. Thanks for watching Campus Conversations, the show that brings you in touch with your community and your community's college, Montgomery College. I'm Marcus Rosano, and we'll see you next time.